So, I'm about to send my pair of Hanwag Tatra Gtx hiking boots over to be resold wherever they do it in Germany, I think. And I just thought I would show you this, what it might look like when you are about to resole your shoe or your hiking boot. So I was actually only going to do kind of a quick waxing of the shoes when I realized that one of my shoes had this sole coming off. This is actually the part what I realized first. So I was not aware of my hiking boots coming apart until just some minutes ago actually. And yeah, you don't want to go out on a hike with this pair anymore, because you might end up doing kind of a shitty rig out of it, putting some Gorilla tape around the shoe, which I've seen somebody do on a hike when the sole came off, and you rather don't want to be that person or in that situation. Fortunately, Hanwag and some other brands, Mindl also has this service that they do the resoling of the boot. So you ship the pair off to them and they will somehow loosen the glue in between. I'm not sure actually, are they also going to renew this upper part of this? Is not going to be renewed, I think, but somewhere here they're going to cut off. Probably this is also coming off. So yeah, just a quick overview of the boots after 6 years of kind of active use, mainly summer use. Sometimes I've been even using them wintertime, but not that much. And as you might see, the sole is not in such a bad shape. In other terms, it's quite okay actually, I thought. And I've been actually surprised of how well they have been coping. And I remember my first hike with these. I was doing a hike which was around 100 kilometers, and there were some longer sections which had like really sharp rocks and stones, and I was worried that the stones and the sharp edges of the rocks would kind of cut into the sole, and I was quite confident I need to get them resoled after that first hike. But to my surprise, they were really keeping it up, and they didn't even take that much of a beating from that hike. Usually you see that these heels will worn off from people's hiking boots. I don't have that much of a wearness on the heels, only like a moderately worn heels, and I could definitely be doing a lot more kilometers with these if it weren't for the issue with the soles coming off. And I'm not actually sure if this is a user error. It might be I've been storing them in not that optimal conditions. I've been, to my understanding, taking quite good care of them and always waxing them. Well, I shouldn't maybe say always. As you can see, the leather hasn't been taken care of lately. So I thought I would actually do a quick brush and swipe and quick waxing before I send them off to be resoled, so that maybe the shoe master will make an even better job with the resoling when he sees that somebody at least tried to take care of his shoes. So anyways, let's get started and with the waxing. So there's a few steps. Let's first just get rid of the laces. So it's a bit easier to do the well, looks like I'm super professional. Yeah, get the laces off and it will help you out a lot, as you will be able to get into these areas under the laces. Also, what I sometimes do, if I want to kind of do a proper taking care of the shoe, I would even wash these laces. I know they haven't been through that much lately, so, and I've even once renewed these laces, I think. I usually always have also a spare pair of laces out on the hike, of course depending a little bit on the hike, but just in case. And that's actually only because once I were on a hike with a group and a member of the group had suddenly a lace that had broken or gotten so worn it was actually, it snapped when she was tying the shoe. So, all right, let's. There's so many ways of doing this, and what I'm gonna do now is kind of just a quick fix, or like a freshen up. So there's not that much hard dirt, but if there were, you could use some kind of a harder brush. This one is harder, this one is softer, and do like a quick brush of the shoe. I think I've actually, since or after the last use, I think I've been brushing them or wiping them, since they don't have any thick dirt on them. So the next part, I would take a moist towel with cold water. No soap here, so don't use soapy water with the leather shoes. I'm not sure about the other kind of fabrics, but with the leather you don't want to be using any kind of a soap. This will really just get off or get the dust off the shoes, which is all I kind of need for regarding cleaning, and then we'll see what it's looking like after that. So the purpose of cleaning the shoe before applying some wax is you don't want to kind of have any grit or dirt kind of being sealed between the wax and the shoe, because those things are gonna beat up your shoe and shorten the lifespan of the boot. So at least when you got these kind of shoes that are resolable and are made of leather and premium materials, it's nice to kind of show them some love and respect and yeah, take care of them so that they can be your friends for a long time. All right, So it's a bit moist still from the wiping, so let's give it a few minutes and it will dry up a little bit, and then I'll be applying some wax on the shoe. So, okay, so the shoe has kind of dried, and sometimes I even, if they have been in kind of heavy use and they have been totally dirty, I even take them for a bath. But yeah, never with any soap, so cold water they say, and rinse them off, brush them off, and rinse them off, and kind of get all the dirt away or off the shoe or off the boots, and then I leave them hanging and drying, and if you do that, put them in a good or in a ventilated room, so that the kind of the moisture is coming off the shoe. And they say you can put some newspaper inside of the shoe, and then you just as the shoe is drying, you renew the new newspaper. You take it out, and you take it out when it's getting kind of absorbed with the water inside of the shoe, and then you put a new one in and repeat that until the shoe is dry. So you can do that. I've never actually done that newspaper trick. I usually just put one of these, whatever these are called, inside of the shoe, kind of to maintain that the shape of the leather and the shoe, because as you can see, also when you're using the shoe is getting some stress and getting shaped according to your feet, and also because of the toe movement you're gonna create when you walk. The leather is kind of not as it was when it came out of the factory. So yeah, when I have the shoes washed, I put these wooden things inside the shoe so that the shape is maintained. Also, I think it's a good thing to do if you are just storing the shoes for a longer period of time. So, getting on to the next phase, which was the waxing. So I've only used this kind of a brand wax from the shoemaker itself, Hanwag shoe wax, and it's mostly important that it's not any sort of grease or oil. And actually, first when I bought these, I asked for some kind of shoe care wax, something. And as I didn't know better myself, and nor did the person in the shop, I was actually given leather grease, which is not good, because the grease, to my understanding, it's even finer than the wax, so it's getting into the smallest pores of the leather, and pretty much making it not breathe anymore in the same way. So apparently wax is still allowing the material to let the moisture out and still keep the water on the outside. So I only got a little bit left here in this one, then I got another one here, and actually it's funny because there is like a price tag underneath, and I was having a look at this price tag and noting that the price has gone up during the past 7 or 6 years. And there's so many ways to apply this wax. I like to do it by hand, only because I feel like I'm a shoemaker or somebody who is in great contact with the product itself. You can also do it with some kind of a fabric, depending on how you feel. So before applying the wax, you can also do some other treatment for the shoe. Hanwag also sells this, it's like a spray, which is I think also lubricating the leather, but mostly it's kind of applying this waterproofing for the textile materials, and also treating the leather. So that's something you can do. But now I'm gonna be satisfied with this basic treatment with the wax itself. You can already see how it's gotten a lot darker, and this part of the shoe has gotten very worn on my shoes, as you can see a comparison here. Of course, the outer part of the shoe is getting rubbed on all the rocks and roots and stones and trees and whatever you do with these. So yeah, I was actually, while I was waiting for the shoe to dry up a little bit, I was inspecting the leather and kind of looking at all these kind of cuts and marks I've gotten on my shoes, and kind of also remembering some of those that where they might have come from, because sometimes you walk on, kind of slip on some kind of stone or root, and then you kind of acknowledge that, whoops, that might have taken a toll on the shoe. I remember when getting these boots, I actually had the feeling of having spent my money better than ever before, because when I put my feet in these, I felt like I came home. I had never had such comfortable shoes as these ones. Also, this pair is the wide version, so it comes from, I think they make it in narrow, normal and wide. And I have a little bit of a wider foot apparently, and that's why these fit me perfectly. Since and for the past years, I've been actually getting more into barefoot shoes. Haven't yet tried any barefoot hiking boots or hiking shoes, but I hope to get to try some in the coming years. And nowadays when I put these on, I don't feel as much home as I used to. I think it's all kind of by trying different shoes and philosophies regarding how you treat your feet, you gain some perspectives, and oh, that's great. I have some dirt on the table here, and that's coming on the wax, but that's not the end of the world. But yeah, by trying different kind of shoes and philosophies regarding how you should treat your feet, you gain some new insights, and that's why I would love to try some barefoot hiking boots, just to kind of get more of a perspective what's out there. The good thing with these, the Tatra Hanwag Tatras, I think, or for me, it's been like they have kind of a nice roll when you walk. It's rolling quite nicely, and feels like it kind of feels like these shoes want or wish to be walked with. Some shoes which I've tried, they're like more flat in some way, so that when you walk, feels like those shoes are made for standing still, which is quite funny. But these kind of have a nice roll. I think this is kind of good enough for me right now, and maybe this quick treatment will let the shoes be re-soled, that the shoe master isn't going to kind of look at them and then put them in the bin and say like, no, it's game over for these ones. Anyways, regarding those barefoot shoes, if you have a recommendation for some nice barefoot hiking shoes, I would be very glad to hear your opinion. Also, one drawback with these compared to a lighter shoe, a barefoot shoe, is I don't have kind of any feel for the textures I'm walking on. So with this kind of shoes or boots, I notice I'm kind of walking like a bulldozer. Just it doesn't matter if there's a mud pond or mud or ditch or whatever. I'm just walking through it because these can take the beating and they will keep my feet dry. But since I've been walking more with the barefoot shoes and also completely barefoot during the summer times as much as I can, I love that feeling of actually knowing and getting that response from your feet and to your brain, and you know what you're walking on, and you have a kind of more of a full experience. Anyways, that was a bit of a how do you say, a donkey bridge from this topic. But anyways, now I'm gonna send the pair off, or I'm gonna still treat the other one, and then I'm gonna send these off to Germany, I think, or Austria, or wherever they are resold, and then let's do a comparison when I get them back. This is quite horrendous. All right, take care, and please, if you have any tips and tricks regarding shoe care, comment below.